Once we have pressure on the first attacker, we have to protect that space behind our first defender. So to do that, we typically provide some depth in a way of providing cover for that first defender. In this case, in this situation, if that number 5 is beat, number 4, number 3 could easily step into that space and pressure the opposing number 10. As you're providing that cover and deciding how much depth to provide, you have to think about limiting space. A lot of people think limiting space means stepping up and pressing as high as you can and having a high line of defense. But the truth is you can't actually limit space. The space is always the same. The sidelines, the goal lines are already drawn. What you can really do is limit the space in front of you, or the space behind you, or the space in various areas to one side or the other. But you can't really limit space. If you drop that line farther back and create a ton of depth, like in this example, you create space in front of you. You can see the opposing number 9 has space to play, what we call in between the lines. In this situation, it would be better for the number 3 and number 4 to step forward. You have to be careful though. If you step too far forward in parts of the field, you create space behind you. In this situation, we've limited the option for the teams to play in front of us or in front of our back line, but we've created an area for them to play behind us. The space behind our number 3 and number 4 here is too large, and a well-timed run with a well-timed and well-placed ball could unravel everything quickly. This is one of my favorite examples of decisions that players make when deciding to press or to drop and give depth. In this situation, Julie Johnson, who's now Julie Ertz, had to decide to either press the first attacker or stay with her mark. She could have also held a line where Ali Krieger is and held that as their line of defense, knowing that if the Nigerian player went behind her, she would be in an offside position. But there's a lot of things that's just to think about right here. You can see if she holds that line with Ali Krieger, because the Nigerian player is a couple yards closer to midfield, she would be onside when the ball's played. And trying to hold a line while someone else is running toward an open space would mean that they would probably never catch her if that ball was played well. If she goes to press, by the time she gets halfway there, the ball's going to be played in behind her to the space, and the player will be onside again because of where Ali Krieger's positioned right now. So Julie makes a great decision here to go ahead and track her player and follow her as she's going forward. This was a race that the Nigerian player was probably always going to win, but fortunately Julie was able to get a toe on the ball at the last second and poke it away just before she took a shot. So remember, when you're providing cover for a teammate, it's important to give the appropriate depth based on the situation. So those two concepts really go hand in hand.